Hey Libras, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your February through March, your Imbolc season general reading here. So really beautiful time ahead for you, very clearly from your cards here. Let's talk briefly about your meditation. So I saw an image of a frog. I'm going to rhyme for a second, so please forgive me. I saw the image of a frog in a very foggy bog. And I saw it get onto, actually was this. So I saw this frog get into this boat that's in the Six of Swords here and start moving through this very foggy area on this water. And then I saw the words, "The path will clear in stages. Stay the course, keep moving forward." And then I pulled your animal energy for this time, which is cheetah, which is the sun. So I feel like we are looking at a time period for you that is very much about incremental movement, success and forward motion that happens in maybe a bit of stops and starts. But you are moving in the right direction. And it's just about, just like I saw in your meditation, staying the course, continuing to move forward. So within this cheetah energy as well, it does link to the sun. It is about illumination and confidence, but it's also about, just like this cheetah's running forward, it is very much about staying in the path, but not just any path. It's a beautiful affirmation that the path that you're on is your path, is your highest and best path, that you're where you're meant to be. It's just about, there's something about keeping on moving forward. There's also this sense, and we're going to look at this a little bit more closely when we talk about your Imbolc oracle here. That speaks of, keeping your cards, close to your vest here. So keeping some things, again, with that fog, right, and restricted vision. I feel like there's an aspect here that's like, sometimes it can be incredibly wise if you have an idea or you have a plan or you're working on something or you want to manifest something, to really keep that to yourself so that it can grow in energy and potential. Part of that, and I found this to be so true in my life as well, is that sometimes if we have an idea or we're even hoping for something, right? If we have a dream, whatever this may be, and we expose it to the energy and or opinions of others in its infancy before it's had a chance to mature within and around us, then just like a newborn baby is, very susceptible to germs, like, it can negatively affect, this idea or this dream within you, whatever this is. So really hearing to keep things just that you're working on, let it stew, let it brew within you, and just, there's something about protecting that within for yourself, and it's for very good reason. So the fact that we're also looking at, the period of Imbolc here in the Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you're looking at the time of Lammas, which is similar. It's just a different side of the coin. But during the time of Imbolc, this is the time of the creative spark, right? It's the time where we get those first whispers of spring moving into winter. It's when those snowdrop flowers start to come out and we start to go, oh, okay, I can feel a certain quickening of the earth. If I look very closely, I can start to feel, I can start to see, right? Spring sort of whispering, whispering in the wind, whispering in the air. And so it's very much about these sparks that we create and have access to during this time, that should we choose to fan them and nurture them, can grow into quite a fire that moves us right into springtime and the rest of the year. So I do feel like this time is of high creative importance to you, but there's also something about that frog imagery that speaks of that 10 of Wands, because frog is 10 of Wands energy, which is very much about the end of one cycle and carrying a heavy burden and having a lot on your plate, and moving towards something with that Six of Swords imagery, which really allows you to, I'm hearing in vogue right now, free your mind, and the rest will follow. So there's something about transitioning into a time that just feels a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but like a smoother ride, just a little bit more instinctual and less analytical, with requiring less effort in a good way. So you're coming through as the Wheel of Fortune. You have Wheel of Fortune twice, because you have it here as your outcome too, which is just like, good for you, Libra, like gold star. That's amazing. Wheel of Fortune is about good luck, good fortune. It's about the wheel turning in your favor, but in a way that happens as if by magic, by surprise. It's not necessarily something that you see coming, either in the way or the time in which it arrives. So it's like, whoa, like that just came out of nowhere. That's the Wheel of Fortune energy. But there's also this aspect of like, whatever you place your bets on, whatever you give energy towards, whatever you're banking on within and for yourself has the grand potential for you to receive big returns. So whatever effort you put in, you're going to get back twice, right? Which is really wonderful how this is coming across, because it does feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be something that manifests in a monetary way or a physical way. So it's like an actual investment, valuable contract, home, something that you related to your career, what you do, the work you do, having opportunity, inheritance, something about that just feels incredibly concrete, like it's tangible, I can grasp it. So it has that Pentacles feel to it. But also with this Wheel of Fortune energy too, what I'm really drawn to, Libra, is the fact that we were in your meditation, it felt like stops and starts. And then we have the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac here, right? We have Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. So fixed signs are traditionally not great with change, right? And so it's really interesting that I'm getting this feeling of like, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, stop. But I feel like it builds a momentum within it where I'm hearing to, again, stay the course. Not everything is going to happen in a linear line, but it is happening in the highest and best timing. And in a way that is going to just be so beyond what you could ever plan on your own that you're good. You're good with it. You're like, wow, that wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but it's so much better than I could have dreamed of on my own. So, I'm here for it. And your place of challenges is really interesting because you have the 6 of Swords with the Hanged Man in reverse. So again, it's about timing with the Hanged Man in reverse. In the upright, Hanged Man is very much about flipping your perspective to see something differently, but it also has to do with the stalemate, right? Having a pause in the action, right? And it's like, how do you use those pauses as they come up in life? How do you approach the downtime? How do you approach when something isn't moving as quickly as you would like or as quickly as you would think, right? Because I always find that there's a potential in those downtimes that we can either use them well, right? Take advantage of it, knowing that things will move again, or we can while away the time going, God, why are things moving so slowly, right? It's really a conscious decision how to use these moments of stop and start. 6 of Swords here is as well, like I saw in the meditation with the frog here. The fact that this is in your place of challenge here, again, this is really about that you may have some challenges around things that seem to be going at one speed or going one way, and then going like, oh, wait a minute now, we got to make a change. Oh, wait, this is delayed. Oh, wait, we got to circle back around to something we thought was done. We got to there's something about this. And I feel like it has to do with plants. There's something around this that has moved around a bit. But the fact that the Wheel of Fortune is twice smiling on your reading, go with that flow. It is happening in a way that is so much better than you can imagine on your own. So just really go with it and use that time well and flow through this, the divine pacing of things, I will say. It feels really important. So your advice is King of Cups, which is fascinating. Because not only am I drawn to the fact that he's seated, right, with those stop starts, and we got the ship in the background and the fish here, which is about flow and timing. King of Cups is about, emotional balance, emotional intelligence, but it's also about really being connected to, your confidence in terms of, it's similar to the King of Wands in this way, but King of Cups is confident that he's exactly where he's meant to be. And he doesn't feel within him any sort of, wishy-washy, did I make a wrong turn? Should I be doing this a different way? Was I right to invest in this? Was I right in choosing this? Am I making this change that's, is it for my highest and best good? Is it going to negatively affect A, B, C, X, Y, Z? He just trusts. He trusts his feelings to inform him in a balanced way, right? So that's your advice here, to trust your feelings to inform you. Our head gets in the way, especially I'm a fellow air sign. I completely understand it. Our head can get in our way just as much as it helps us. That's sort of a shadow energy of an air sign. So trusting your feelings to inform you. One thing that will never get in your way, it's just about, honing the ability to connect with it clearly, really. One thing that will never get in your way and is always on your side and that you can always trust is your gut, your heart center. It's your intuitive knowing. It's that instinct that is never going to steer you wrong. And if it's rooted, right? If it's deep within the seat of your knowing, you're connected to your intuition, you're connected in that way, then you're able to access that gold. And when others around you might be reacting to something, you remain in the seat of power and have the choice to respond. You get to respond over react. You get to look at something and go, other people are reacting to something that appears, to be maybe not great on the surface, but I have a feeling that this is going to work out. That's an all access pass to that inner peace and less effort filled state of mind, as is indicated in the Six of Swords. Because Six of Swords traditionally is about transitions and times of change, but feeling mentally incredibly clear and good about it. So this is the most positive, and it's swords. You guys are swords, right? It's the most positive key that depicts change, like in the entire tarot, in my opinion. Wheel of Fortune depicts change too, but Six of Swords, the wheel can go up, but it can also go down. Like it's this way, that way, this way, that way. But Six of Swords is inherently positive. It really speaks about a peace of mind and trusting that, the winds of change are going to deliver you exactly where you're meant to be. It's like a trust fall. It's really, really beautiful. So in your place of victory, you have the Ace of Swords. So hello, clarity, new beginnings, hope, success, commitments. This is so, so stunning that this is in your place of victory. It really feels like you are moving into a time where there's a greater commitment around something. You're signing a contract, you're choosing to join something, you're asking someone to join you, you're committing to a new course in some way that is going to require a certain time or commitment from you, joining with someone under a legal contract, whether that be work or romantic or whatever have you. There's something here, even writing as well, writing down your story, committing to telling your story, talking about your story, starting something that involves communication in some way or communicating your ideas with others. But this is Ace is a new start. It's new beginnings. So I love that you're moving through all of this time to where it's like, boom, like it's funny because I'm getting the image of that frog in the, foggy bog on the boat. And it's showing me like Lady of the Lake, right? From like Mists of Avalon style, where the sword here, King Arthur's sword, the sword of truth comes like rising from the lake. And it's like, oh, okay. Like after a time of maybe some confusion or stops and starts comes like this huge prize where it's like, wow, like it was so worth all that it took to get here. And I really feel like you're advancing into something that is just like, it feels really excited. And you know what it feels like to me? It feels like when you are agreeing to something that is really wonderful and you're excited and it's a big yes, but it also makes you feel a little bit nervous. It scares you a little bit too because it's going to require more of you or it's going to be something new that you don't have direct experience of, right? Like elevating you to something or pushing you out of your comfort zone. And that is the best. That's tied directly to your soul plan and your soul growth. And it's just going to go up from there. I'm really excited for you. It feels really, really good. And then you have the sun key shining over all of it with Cheetah. Now your outcome, like we talked about, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. And the ladybug here, all about good luck and also synchronicities as well. While you're going through these stops and starts and moments of fog, look for the synchronicities. Whenever you're on your path, there's always going to be synchronicities, repeating numbers. Deja vu is a huge one. That, in my opinion, there's a lot of different opinions about what deja vu is, but in my opinion, in my experience, deja vu is designed or exists to alert you that you're exactly where you're meant to be. That sense of familiarity, like I've been here before, I've done this before, this is familiar. It's going, oh, you've hit the part on your path where, yep, this is okay. Monopoly, like Monopoly, collect your coins, collect your bills. You're hitting a marker where you were meant to hit. And so Synchronicity is always a sign that you're on your path, which is so beautiful. There's going to be a lot of that during this time for you. Your oracle here, grimoire, your Imbolc oracle, number 42, which is 6, interestingly enough. Keep what is sacred near to you, for it is only to be shared when you are ready. This is exactly what we were talking about before. This is about what you're I swear I did not see that before. Look, it's a frog. You see that? I did not see that. What you're working on, what you're hoping, what you're manifesting, what you're dreaming of, it's really important. Even writing, I see journaling or keeping a scrapbook in some way that you are, giving energy to this dream, just like the candle flame, just like that, creative spark during Imbolc. This is the time where you create that spark and you feed it so that it turns into a bonfire to take you through spring, and then you're really flying. So this is really beautiful. There is something about, it feels like a solitary activity, this manifestation of yours and what you're working on and what you're going towards. And I do feel like part of it as well is that other people, again, might be in an energy that's counterproductive to what you're focused on the future and what could be. And other people energy around you could be a little bit more chaotic, especially with what's going on in the world. It's heavy right now, and chaotic right now. So others could, maybe not be in the same energy that is conducive to what you have going on. Do your own thing around this. It's going to feel better too. So stunning, Libra. I'm very excited for you for this time period. It's just, there's no negative influences here. It's just about how to work within this blueprint so you're able to flow through this time and enjoy and see the stops and starts, as part of the divine plan, right? As opposed to an inconvenience. I know that's hard. I know that's hard. With that being said, I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, let me know in the comments below. I love, love, love reading your comments. I try and respond to each and every one of y'all. Give me a like, a subscribe, a follow, all of that good stuff. I would so appreciate it. And yeah, again, just thank you. I appreciate every single one of you watching. And as always, and most of all, thank you for being you, Libra. And be well. Until next time.